Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the country you live in is running out of money. Not just your personal finances, but the entire United States of America. Sounds scary, right? Well, what if I told you this isn't science fiction? It's real, and it's happening right now. Today, we're diving deep into America's debt crisis, why the country is technically broke, and how it could affect your life, from your bank account to your future. The United States has been known as the world's financial powerhouse for decades. The dollar dominates global trade. Wall Street shapes the economy, and Americans are used to living in a country that always bounces back. But here's the catch. Beneath the surface, America is facing a financial storm like never before. The national debt of the USA has surpassed $35 trillion. To put it in perspective, that's more than $100,000 per American citizen, including babies and seniors. Every dollar the government spends is increasingly borrowed, and interest payments alone now cost the country over $700 billion per year. That's more than what the US spends on defense or education combined. The US debt didn't appear overnight. It's the result of decades of spending more than the country earns. Government spending on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and defense takes huge chunks of the budget. Rising healthcare costs have made this problem worse. Tax cuts, without reducing spending, add billions to the debt. And economic crises like the 2008 financial meltdown and COVID-19 relief packages forced the government to borrow heavily. The result is a debt that grows faster than the economy itself. The US debt to GDP ratio is now over 120%, meaning the country owes more than it produces in a year. Economists warn that this is unsustainable in the long run. Now, you might be asking, I'm just one person, how does this affect me? Here's the reality. Rising interest rates make borrowing money, mortgages, car loans, and credit cards more expensive. Inflation can reduce the value of your savings and make everyday goods more expensive. High debt levels can trigger stock market volatility, affecting retirement accounts like 401ks eventually. The government may need to raise taxes or cut benefits to manage debt, which could directly hit your income. Even if you're not an economist, there are warning signs that indicate financial trouble for the nation. Every time the debt ceiling debate hits the news, it's a red flag. If global confidence drops, the US dollar might lose some of its value. Social programs like Social Security and Medicare could face cuts if the government needs to balance its budget. The debt crisis isn't just a number on a chart, it impacts your paycheck, your retirement, and your lifestyle. America has faced financial challenges before. Think back to 2008, when the collapse of Lehman Brothers and a $600 billion bailout shook the economy. Millions lost retirement savings, homes, and jobs. Today, the debt numbers are even higher, and the financial system is more interconnected globally. History shows us one thing: when a major economic crisis hits, ordinary citizens feel it the most. So, understanding and preparing is essential. Economists have varying opinions, but here are some insights. Some say the US can sustain debt for decades because the country controls the world's reserve currency. Others warn of hyperinflation or debt default if borrowing continues unchecked. Investors are cautious, often moving money to safer assets like gold or foreign currencies. The takeaway is that even if a full-blown crisis doesn't happen tomorrow, the risk is real, and your personal finances could be affected in subtle but significant ways. So, what can an ordinary American do to survive this financial storm? Diversify investments. Don't put all your money in the stock market. Consider gold, real estate, or even international markets. Keep an emergency fund with at least 6 months of expenses in cash or liquid assets. Reduce debt, especially high-interest credit cards and loans, because rising rates can make them unmanageable. Invest in your skills to boost earning potential, and stay informed by following economic news, government spending updates, and Federal Reserve policies. Knowledge is power in turbulent times. Let's imagine a few scenarios in the next 5 to 10 years. If debt continues rising, inflation stays high, interest rates rise, and citizens feel a squeeze on income. stock market volatility will continue. If the government cuts spending, social programs may face reductions, affecting healthcare, retirement, and welfare benefits. If the government stabilizes debt by raising taxes and controlling spending, the economy may slowly recover, painful but manageable. The reality is, preparation is your best defense. History has taught us that being proactive with your finances is the only way to survive. National economic crises. If this video helped you understand the real impact of America's debt crisis, hit the like button, subscribe for more financial insights, and share your thoughts in the comments. How are you preparing for the future? America's financial system is at a crossroads. The choices made by policymakers today will shape your life tomorrow. Debt, inflation, and economic uncertainty are not just headlines. There are realities that could touch every American family. The key is awareness and action. By understanding the problem and taking steps to protect yourself, you can weather the storm and even find opportunities in challenging times. Remember, history repeats itself, and those who prepare are the ones who survive and thrive. Stay informed, stay proactive, and remember, your financial future is in your hands. America may be broke, but that doesn't mean you have to be.